relationships study that we put together. I know on one of the topics when David and Clay were sharing about the community that came up was David shared the verse where Jesus says that we're called to be a city on a hill, that we're called to be the light of the world, and that we're to let our light shine before others. I love also, it says in John chapter 1 when it talks about Jesus coming, that in the Message version particularly, I love the way it says it. It says that the Word became flesh and moved into the neighborhood. And so today I just want to challenge you to think about your small group, considering the neighborhood that you guys live in, or maybe a neighborhood where there's several of your members, they live there. And think about the fact that God has had you move into that neighborhood. And who are the people on your street, maybe behind you, that you share a fence with? What would it look like if you began to step out and to create opportunities to meet your neighbors and to begin to build a relationship, and maybe over a few weeks or maybe a few years that God might give you an opportunity to share the hope that you have in Christ with your neighbor. Maybe this is someone who might never, ever come to a church service, but they'll come to something that you put on because they know you, you're their neighbor, you live in the same area, and they'll begin to trust you. Well, we want to give you a real practical way to maybe try this out as a group. Some of y'all did it last year, and I think it's a great concept that we want to try to do again this Christmas. And we'd love for you to consider hosting a neighborhood block party around Christmas time, kind of the first couple weeks of December. And in this edition of the newsletter, we're going to have some information. There's going to be a packet that you can come pick up. But we would love for your group to discuss, is this something we might want to try to do to kind of take a step, maybe get out of our comfort zone a little bit, but to kind of respond to the fact that God has placed us in neighborhoods, and He's placed us around people that He really wants to come to know Him. And through us, through our stories, through our lives, that perhaps there'll be some people in these neighborhoods that would find the hope that we have. So we'd love for you to check that out and discuss that in your group this week. Thanks.